Okay, so now is the time to solve our first challenge. So as you can observe, this is the image that I had posted as our first challenge, and you were supposed to reproduce this output using the code. Okay, so your task was you were supposed to create the code to get this particular output. Okay, so generally when you are doing the coding, the general way of doing the coding is you are first of all given the problem statement, and then you are supposed to generate the code for the same. But what I have done here is I have done it in the reverse way. I have given you the output, and according to the output I asked you to create the code. Okay, the reason was I just wanted to check how good your observation was. Okay, so let us just observe this image carefully. Okay, and this is the desired output that I want. Okay, and there are some hints hidden inside this image that will allow you to know how to write this code. Okay, so let us just see one by one which things are there, and there are some deliberate mistakes that I have done in the code that I have put in the output window so that you will get confused. Okay, so that is only the part of practice so that you will get better with the coding. Okay, so as you can observe in the image, the first part is we have written what is the code used for. Okay, so I have written the average of three given integers. Okay, so the code that you are going to write, or the output window that is there in front of us, it is the output of a code written to find out average of three given integers. Okay, now read this line carefully. It is supposed to find out the average and three given integers. Okay, so because I have written given integers, it is suppose that the user is going to give you the integers and you are supposed to calculate the average. Okay, so that hint is there. Okay, second, third and fourth line, as you can observe, I am asking for the three integers from the user. Okay, so deliberately I have done one mistake here so that you will get confused while doing the code. So I have written enter the first number only three times. Okay, I have not written enter the first number, second and third. I have written enter the first number line three times. Okay, so as you can observe, there is change in the color, as you can see. So the numbers which were given by user, they are in green color, as you can observe, and the line that is being printed, it is in black color. Okay, so if you run this code on IntelliJ IDEA, you will find that whenever you will put inputs, those will be given in green color. If you are using the light theme, okay, so you will get it in green color. So that could be one of the hint. And the last thing is I am printing out the output message. Okay, so the output message is the average of 1 comma 3 and 5 is 3. Okay, so I'm saying that whatever the numbers those were given to us, okay, so 1 3 and 5, the average of which is I have calculated as 3. Okay, so the observation in this last line, there are some things that you'll have to carefully observe. There are some unnecessary spaces, as you can observe, and why they are coming I'll tell you while doing the coding. But observe, I want a space after value 1. Okay, there is one space before value 3 in the last line, you can observe, and there is one space before answer 3. Okay, so that is the observation that you'll have to keep in mind. And the last observation in this line is that the answer 3, okay, it is in integer form. Okay, it is not in the float. Okay, so these are some of the observations that you'll have to keep in mind while doing the coding. Okay, okay, so here in IntelliJ IDEA, let us just try to solve our challenge. Okay, so for solving our challenge, we will have a new file. Okay, so new Python file. I'm going to call that file as challenge1. Okay, because this will be our first challenge. Okay, so I'll just click enter. Okay, I'll just zoom it in so that it will be visible. Okay, so I hope you remember what was our challenge. We have seen it sometime before. Okay, so this was the image. Just make sure it is visible to you. Okay, so I'll just make it even larger. Okay, so the first line that we want to print out is this 4 stars, again the average of three given integers, and again 4 stars. Okay, so there is no input as such, there is nothing there. Okay, so just simple plain line of output that we want to print out. Okay, so let us just write the code for that. Okay, so the code for that will be simply we are going to write there were 4 stars. Okay, 4 stars. The and the statement was the average of 3 given integers. Okay, so this was our line, and there were again 4 stars at the end. Okay, so this would be the line that we want to print out. Okay, so let us just now observe what is the next step. Now in the next step, what we are supposed to do is just make it even larger. Okay, so what we are supposed to do is on the next 3 lines. Okay, so as you can observe, we are asking the user for the input. Okay, and I have written the same line 3 times. Enter the first number. Okay, and user is going to give the numbers. Okay, so suppose he is giving us 1, 3 and 5. Okay, now the thing here is which data type you are going to use to store our number. Okay, so that hint is given in this first line. Okay, so user is going to give 3 integers. Okay, so what we will have to do is we are going to store it as an integer. Okay, all the 3 numbers we are going to store as integers. Okay, so let us just do that in our code. So as you know, for storing the integers, what we do is we make use of function int. Okay, so let us just take any 3 variables. Suppose if I call my first variable as a. Okay, so a will be equal to int. Again inside we make use of function input, and again parenthesis, and in that parenthesis under we are going to put the message that we want to print out. Okay, so the message was enter the first number. Okay, and there was one colon, I guess. Okay, so this was our message. So what it will do is it will take the input from the user. This message will be printed onto the screen. It will take the input, it will be converted into integer form, it will be stored inside our variable a. Okay, so now let us take the other 2 variables. Okay, so next variable, suppose if I call it as b, again I am going to write int, again I am going to write input function, again there will be one parenthesis, again in the parenthesis we are going to write enter the, I had not written second number. Okay, so we have written first number only, so I'll write here again first number. Okay, and there was one colon. Okay, so this is the second input that we wanted, and let us take again the third input. Okay, so for the third input what we will do is int, again input, again in the parenthesis we will ask to enter the first number, and again there will be colon. Okay, so as you can observe we have taken all the 3 numbers from the user. Okay, so there will be some spaces that will be required, that is why it is not showing us that green tick. Okay, so let us just do that formatting first so that we will get our desired green tick. Okay, so as soon as we do that, you can observe we have achieved that green tick. It means that we are okay with the code. Okay, now let us go on to the last line. Okay, we are done, almost done with the code. We are going to the last line. We have done almost all the part. Okay, now carefully observe what calculation we are supposed to do. Okay, so I'll just put that image again in front of us. Okay, so the calculation that is being taking place is the average. Okay, so that is there in the first line itself. They are telling us that you are supposed to calculate the average of the given numbers. Okay, and just observe the answer. Okay, so if we put 1, 3 and 5 values, if the user is giving 1, 3 and 5 value, the average answer should come out to be 3. Okay, so if you can calculate the addition of these 3 numbers divided by 3, it will be always 3. But as a programmer, you will have to observe this carefully. This is whether this is 3 or 3.0. Okay, so whether our answer is coming in float or whether it is coming in integer. Okay, so that is the important thing that we'll have to take care of. Okay, so accordingly we will have to write the next line where we are going to perform our average. Okay, so as you can observe, the 3 value is in integer form, so the answer of our average we want it in integer form. So what we will have to do here is we'll have to create another variable, suppose d, to store our average calculation. So I'll just put one space over there, and for calculating the average, again parenthesis, in the parenthesis I am going to do the addition of the 3 numbers that are there, a, b and c. Okay, and here comes the important part. Okay, so I want to put divided by 3. Okay, so this will divide my whole term a plus b plus c divided by 3. But the thing is, as we have seen in the earlier video, this forward slash, this single forward slash, it is a float division. It will give you answer always in float. Okay, so if you want your answer in integers, we have seen what we will have to do. We'll have to use another forward slash. Okay, so this will give us answer in integer. This is called as integer division. Okay, that is why we had taken that earlier operators concept. Okay, so right now we are done with the most important parts of this code, and right now we are only left with the single line of output that we are asked to show. Okay, so let us just go on to that. So as you can observe, our three numbers are stored in three variables a, b and c respectively, and our answer of average is stored inside variable d. Okay, so that we will have to show, but for that I'll just again want you to check the way output we are supposed to put or we are supposed to show. Okay, so what they're asking is they want to print this line out. Which line? The average of 1, there is one space, observe here, comma, there is one space, 3 space, and space 5 space each colon space 3. I am deliberately calling, or I am deliberating putting those spaces. Okay, I am deliberately pronouncing those spaces again and again because I want you to carefully observe here. There are spaces in between. Okay, and we cannot ignore those spaces. Okay, so we are going to write the code accordingly. Okay, so the simplest way to write this code would be, I'll just have to write, or I just have to use the print function that we generally do, or that we always do, the average. Okay, so let us just write it the way it was there in that image, the average of manually I will put the numbers. Okay, because we know which numbers we are looking for. So that could be 1 space was there, space, again space was there, 3 and 5 each, and there was colon, and the codes were completing. And what we can do is, after this we are supposed to put our answer. Okay, so we will put one comma here, and then for putting our answer we are going to write the variable in which our answer is stored. Okay, so our variable is d, so we will write it like this. Okay, so let us just check whether we are getting the exact output or not. Okay, so I'll just run this code and we will just check whether we are getting the output or not. Okay, so I'll just zoom it in, just check whether we are getting the same kind of output. Okay, so 4 lines are there, as you can observe, 4 stars are there, same line that we had asked. Enter the first number it is asking us. Okay, so I'll just put my first number as 1. As you can observe, it is turned into green because the user is entering it. Again enter the second number is again 3, and again I will be asked to enter the third number. I'll put 5. Okay, and it is showing me the average of 1, 3 and 5 is 3. If you just cross verify it, you will find that we are getting the exact output that we were asked for. Okay, but let us just minimize this down. But even though we are getting the output, the score is not proper. Okay, because when we analyzed that image, we had understood that because the user is giving us the numbers, okay, it is not good to put the numbers directly over here. Okay, so these numbers should be replaced with variables because this code should be valid for any input. Okay, that was just one of the case that was given. Okay, so one of the case study that was given, that if the user is giving us number 135, you should be able to print out that the average of 1, 3 and 5 is this much. Okay, so it should be valid for any input. That is why we are using the input function. Okay, so what we'll have to do is we'll have to replace these things with the variables. Okay, so what we are going to do is I will just remove these numbers from here. Okay, and instead of those numbers I want to put the variables over there. Okay, so in the last video, as you can remember, as you must be remembering, we have used, or we have seen this concept how to put variables in between. Okay, and if you can recall it, we'll just put those variables in between just by putting comma. Okay, we have seen how to use the print function for that. Okay, so let us just do it that way. Okay, so to better understand, I'll just remove everything out so that it will not be a confusion. Okay, so we'll just write that line again. So what I want is the average of, now here I want to put my first variable value, a variable value. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just put comma a, again comma, and the average of first number is there. Okay, so after that I require one comma. Okay, so if you want to put comma, you will have to put it in double quotes. Okay, so the average of the value of variable a, comma, there will be another comma. Now I want to print the value of variable b, so that is why I'll just put b. Again there should be one comma, and I want to write and word there, so I'll just put that in double quotes because it is a string. Okay, so just observe the sentence that we are getting. The average of, there will be value of a printed, there will be comma printed, there will be value of b printed, there will be and printed, and we are supposed to put again one comma and the value of the last variable c. So let us just write that c, and now again comma. So we have almost got our sentence, the average of a comma b and c, and right now we want to write as is. Okay, and there was one colon after that. Okay, so after that there was again one comma and the last variable that we wanted to print, which is where our answer is stored. Okay, so just observe this line carefully, what we are going to achieve. Okay, so the average of, there will be a value of a printed, which is the first number, comma the value of b printed, which will be second variable, and will be written as it is value of third variable c printed, which is our third variable, is. So the average of these three numbers is, then the value inside the variable d will be printed, which is carrying our answer. Okay, so let us just check whether we are getting the desired output. So I'll just run this code. Let us just zoom it in whether we are getting the output. Let us just check. I just put my first number as 1. Okay, so again I'll put my second number as 2, and again I'll put my third number as 5. Okay, so let us just rerun it. I think I missed that. We wanted to put that number as 3, right? Okay, so that is just don't have any confusion regarding it. Okay, so I'll just stop this and again I'll rerun it so that it will not be any confusion. Okay, so let us just put our numbers again. First number was 1, I'll just put it enter. Again second number was 3, I'll just put it as enter. Again I'll write the third number, which was 5. Okay, so when I press enter now, you will observe that we are getting the exact same output that we were asked for. So if you just compare it with the image that was asked us to produce, okay, so we are getting the exact output that they were asking us for. And as I was talking you about this unwanted space that was there in the image that we are also getting in our final output, it is coming because whenever, I'll just minimize this down, whenever one comma is there between a string and another data type. Okay, so whenever you are using print function and whenever you are putting different data types using comma, the print function automatically puts a space between this value and this value. Okay, so that is why there is one space coming between this a and a comma. Okay, so because we are writing a here and there is immediately comma there, because there is one comma in between these two terms, this term and this term, because there is one comma in between, it will put an automatic space, and that is why that automatic space is coming here, that automatic space is coming over here. Okay, so I think you have understood how we have solved this particular problem statement. This is the desired code that I was expecting for, okay, from your side, because a lot of hints were given inside this particular output pane. You'll have to observe it carefully, then only you will be able to solve that particular problem. Okay, there is a better way. As you can observe, this is a bit complicated, right? this is a bit complicated to write. There is a better way that we are going to see in the next video, but time being, we wanted to solve this code using the concept that we had seen earlier. Okay, so that is why I have used the concepts that we have seen earlier. We have seen how to use different data types inside the same print. Okay, so same concept I have used to print out these values so that we got our desired output. Okay, so I think you have understood what we wanted to achieve. Okay, now let us just go back to our Facebook page and let us just check what answers we got. Okay, so we are on our Facebook page. So in the challenge post, when I saw the comments, there were many comments or many codes those stood out. Okay, so as you can observe, the first comment by Rajesh. So in this comment, the only problem was that he is using some concept that we are not seen till now. So that dot format method will be our next concept that we are going to see. So that is why it couldn't be considered as the best code. So the next was from Shubham. Okay, so in that code, the only thing that was missing was he didn't take the input and didn't perform the average calculation. Okay, otherwise his code was almost exactly as that of the one that we wanted. Okay, so if you run that code, you would get almost the exact output. But the thing is that in the problem statement they had asked for average. Okay, so that average calculation should have been there. Again, the one from Prachi was also there, where she almost did exactly the things that were asked. Only some of the things were missing, like this single forward slash. That is why the answer was coming out to be the 3. Okay, it was coming out in float form, okay, rather than our integer form that we were asked for. Okay, one more comment that I found interesting and that resembled the actual code was from Dhanashri. Okay, so in her code I found that almost everything was done properly, but one thing that she did was she used the string concatenation method. Okay, and we have not seen that till now. Okay, so that is why. But apart from that, her code was also really good, and she could have also received the exact output. Okay, so these were some of the things that we wanted to check. Okay, so I'll just be posting some of these challenges over here. I'll just encourage you to go through this. Okay, so that, and as you can observe, as I've already told you, I'll be commenting, I'll be replying to your codes, I'll be telling you where you are going wrong and all. So just make use of that, and I hope you have understood this video, you have understood this challenge, and okay, then I'll see you in my next video.